sky was burning, the clouds red with twisted fire, lightning moving across them. And they descended upon everything, like a furious battle between God and Satan, good and evil, like a fire vortex.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another night of playoff Rocket League in the Supporters Gaming League. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Shorts of the Rebellion, and to join me tonight, I have the one, the only Mazar on the commentary desk.
That is right, Shorts. This time you're the one kicking off the stream, and I'm really happy about that because it means that, I can get a bit of time to set things up and get everything ready to go for tonight. We are going to have an absolutely awesome match, Shorts. I'm so glad you're here with me because, you know what? There's going to be so much hype happening. I hope you can also have someone to bounce off of because we're going to have a lot of talking points, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait for this. It's going to be a banger of a match. I'm out of breath sprinting my computer so I can get here and help you out stream, but I'm so happy to be here. So excited to see this. El Matador being one of the teams that helped knock myself, the Rebellion, out of the playoffs. Kind of want to see them go down, but Luis is just such an exciting player to watch. I also hope to see some crazy plays coming out of El Matador.
Oh, absolutely. I want to see some crazy plays from El Matador. I want to see some awesome team plays from Timbers Army. I want to see some drama. I want to see Game 7. And I want to see a 5-minute overtime. That might be me asking too much, Shorts, to be honest. But I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I'm just way too excited, especially after yesterday. After what we saw yesterday, Shorts. And I know you're a little heartbroken about that too. But it was so awesome to see that game and how it unfurled.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, the comeback from Black Army, just they're kind of setting a precedent for themselves that they're never down and out. 2 matches in a row, go down 2-0 and then come back to win it, reverse sweep style. I think it was reverse sweep style last night. In any case, they came back to win, and showing the resilience. Watching that match last night just made me want to get on Rocket League immediately and practice and be the best I could be. Those matches are so fun to watch, and I hope we have another one tonight.
Yeah, for real. And speaking of Black Army, I see Kron, aka Martez, in the chat. Kron, how you doing, man? Good to see ya. We also have Pipe Shot Gogan, your Rebellion teammate who we were talking about earlier before the stream started, and Luis himself, who's kicking off the chat. Luis, how you doing, my man? Hopefully you guys are ready to go. With 5 minutes to go, Shorts, I think it's a good time to just recap the bracket real quick, eh?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, it might suck for you to, see your team and how they progress throughout this tournament, but I hope you don't mind.
Motivation.
So, we kick off with the first match from the top left, going all the way towards the right. I didn't want to recap this with you in here because, the Rebellion got swept twice, unfortunately, and rough way to end your season. But, besides that, we did have a ton of drama along the way. Timbers Army coming back against Black Army, which was insane. Timbers Army beating the locals 4-2 in an unexpected upset. And now we are here in the winner's final. Timbers Army is here, and it's just insane to think that they could get this far, given that they had to, get into the playoffs in the first place by beating the Cauldron in their second last match of the season.
Yeah, the drama at the end of the season is something I think we maybe haven't even touched on enough. For Timbers Army to even be here, they were kind of counted out. It was almost that everybody expected KC Cauldron to make their run at the end and secure their spot in the playoffs. But we have Timbers Armies here, and they are making the most of their chance to be here. It's amazing.
Dude, exactly. And you know what? They have a second chance still, even if they lose. So this is totally well deserved for them. You know, like after all that they have done, after their terrible start to the season, which by the way, they went to Game 5 against Black Army in match 1 of this season, and they lost in that Game 5. You know, to see them come all the way back, have that redemption match in the playoffs against Black Army in a best of 7 too, and then to make it to the winners final, beating number 3 and number 2. You know, it's just incredible. And no matter what happens after this, Timbers Army are going to finish in the top 3, that's for sure. And they should be really happy about how far they've come. Like, this is just a terrific season for them, no matter what happens here.
Yeah, truly a poetic run from Timbers Army, starting the season off against Black Army, starting their playoffs against Black Army, pulling out that victory. You know, really, it only makes sense for them to Timbers Army and Black Army to meet again in the finals. Oh, what a banger and storytell ending to their season.
Yes, but you know what? I know we keep saying that as if that's going to be the expectation that El Matador is going to beat Timbers Army, and I can see where you're coming from, and where I feel the same way. I mean, they swept you guys convincingly. You know, you guys put up a good fight, but they had control against Emerald City RC. They bossed them. You know, let's not beat around the bush. They had control of that match too, and they are deservedly in the winners final with what looks like the strongest team in the season. You know, after their winter reinforcements, they have, you know, players who can complement Luis and Caesar now and really take them to the top level.
Yeah, agreed. You know, it seems like we have the strongest on paper team versus the most informed team right now, in my opinion, Timbers Army. So this match is sure to be a banger.
Oh, big time. But let's not forget about the lower bracket as well. You know, we have a couple of minutes. I just want to really quickly highlight how that went just to complete the picture. Black Army versus Emerald City RC. You know, people saw what Black Army have been about as the season has progressed. They've been inconsistent. They've had their rough patches, but they've been coming back and looking stronger. Still, some thought that Emerald City RC, the number 1 seed, was going to be too much for them. And yet, Black Army came out and did what I would call, personally, the Canadian sweep, giving Emerald City RC the first 2 games and then coming back and sweeping them afterwards, winning 4-2 and progressing to losers round 2. Where they faced off against a local side that convincingly swept you guys to the point where you were saying you wanted the locals to beat Black Army just so that loss would have been worth it. Unfortunately, that's not what happened, Shorts, because we had an insane match in losers round 2, and I want to show something real quick to everyone. You know, I want to show a highlight of one of the goals that were scored in that match, and I want to make sure you guys have seen that here in this chat. And for those of you who haven't watched the match, I really recommend you guys go to Twitch, catch the full match as soon as you can. We have highlighted it so it doesn't get erased once the VOD gets deleted. But before we move on, let me just show you guys that clip real quick. So just 1 sec.
Love me a good clip.
If you're Black Army, how are you not frustrated with the fact that the game is basically just yours until the last minute of the game? And then it's, well, probably gonna get scored on just because of this one opportunity that we gave up. Never mind. We're seeing Prime Vexamed right now. What a double.
Yo, we gotta see this again. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say, right? I mean, that's just a ridiculous shot. That's what Vexamed can do, and that's.
And that is what Black Army have been all about, folks. No matter how good or bad they've been able to pull out magical moments like that. And that is what helped them beat the locals at the end of the day, with a team consisting of Vexamed, some people call him MVexP. You have Martez, aka Kron, in the Twitch chat, who's still with us, and you have had a couple of great players step up in Eric Saunders and Kilazapo, aka Isador. So that's how Black Army made it to the final. But folks, we are going to be heading into the winners final very soon, just waiting for both teams to join the lobby. Shorts, I know we've already previewed this match quite a bit, but now is the time for you to give your prediction. So how do you see this match unfolding?
Yeah, with my own track record, I gotta say it's going to Game 7 because I think every single match I've done has gone the distance. So Game 7, bring it on, and it's got to be El Matador edging this one out. Timbers Army is going to show up, and they're going to show strong, but I feel like the cohesion that's built through the El Matador team and the skill that they have, it's going to overpower Timbers Army. What do you think, Maz?
Yeah, I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm going to say El Matador is going to control this match once again, but I think they're going to have their toughest matchup in the playoffs this season because this Timbers Army has stepped up. They've faced all sorts of adversity, and they have been very, very well prepared for every single opponent that they have faced. I think what we have seen is these guys, they take every opponent seriously, and they know what to do to deal with them. They prepare, for sure. There's no way you deal with the level and variety of opponents that you face in Black Army, and then the locals, and then the Rebellion. You know, sorry, not the Rebellion, Black Army and the locals. And,
Yeah.
you know, beat them in such a convincing manner. Like, you need to be able to adapt. So they will adapt, but I think El Matador just has too much for them. Like, skill-wise, just way too much. So I can see El Matador going all the way.
I agree. Looking forward to the team cohesion and team plays out of Timbers Army. It'll make for a very exciting game for sure. You know, the stalemate that they can kind of force into the match with how solid they are as three players playing as one. And speaking of three players, it looks like we have all three from both teams here. Butterflies in the tummy, ready for the game to go.
Oh my goodness. Here we go, folks. We're almost there. We just need to wait for both teams to go in, and then we will get started. And here they are. They're getting in right now, which means it's time for us to switch over to the game. And now, as for the trios, you have the expected trio of Nelly, Piglet, and Rydog, and El Matador are going with Luis, Bonesy, and Kiwi. Here we go, Shorts. Game 1 of the winners final.
Yep, good kickoff win by Louise there to get the ball into the Timbers Army's end. We'll see how the midfield play plays out here. It's Timbers Army with the first attack.
Uh-oh. Oh, what a start,
Oh.
Shorts! Oh my goodness!
miscue.
Timbers Army! Look at them go!
Oh my goodness, what happened in the defensive end here for El Matador? Louise just floating down, expecting that, who was that? It had to be Kiwi, was going to make that save, and it just floats into the top corner.
I think both Kiwi and Luis got faked by Rydog there, because Luis is going for a high save, Kiwi for a low, and they both got fooled at the end of the day. Those are the kind of plays we were talking about, folks. This is what Timbers Army is all about. What a terrific start, and in all honesty, when they start well, they often tend to win. So let's see if El Matador can catch up, and if they can overcome this adversity.
Yeah, the consistency between the three players of Timbers Army, once they get a lead, it's going to be really hard to break them down from that point because they're going to be so cohesive on defense. It's going to take something special out of El Matador to score here.
Absolutely. Now, one thing I do want to mention about El Matador is they're missing Caesar right now. This is a big surprise for me. I'm not going to lie. I was not expecting Caesar to not even make an appearance in this game 1 at the very least. Maybe not for the whole match. How do you think this will affect El Matador's ability to play in this match?
Yeah, I mean, slow start for them. Without Caesar, it seems like they maybe take a step down, but I'm wondering if this is a decision made by the team for cohesive-wise, and maybe it is going to work out as El Matador scores here. Kiwi in the offensive half, just kind of making it happen himself on a misplay by Nelly on the slow clearance.
No Caesar, no problem. It is Kiwi who has come in, and he's been one of the big recruits for El Matador, starting from the mid-season recruitment window. I mean, Kiwi has stepped up big time. He may not look fancy, he may not look like, one of the best players out there, but he is very effective, and he has been clutch for El Matador ever since he's come in.
Oh yeah, one of the scariest players in my opinion that they added, Kiwi, playing with him a little bit outside of the league.
My God.
Oh my goodness! Hold that thought. We have another goal by Timbers Army to take the lead back 2-1. TA.
Shorts! That's another fake! Look at this! Oh my goodness,
Oh,
it's Piglet is
Piglet!
coming out! Oh, this is incredible.
Oink oink, put it in the net. Piglet scored, or fake, sorry. Doing it, not showing on the score sheet.
Oh man, it's just incredible to see how well prepared this Timbers Army is. They're faking these guys out. They're making a bite at every occasion. And now Timbers Army needs to hold strong, make sure they don't concede again.
Yeah, a little bit of a low boost situation for TA.
Oh, but they do get that nice clearance. This should allow them to get some boost back. Right off, getting the boost, making sure that Bonesy isn't able to bring this out. And a nice challenge which keeps the ball in the El Matador end. Kiwi needs to rotate back. This is perfect for Timbers Army. They need to be able to keep this ball in the midfield and not allow it to come up. Good bump there from Piglet to prevent
Piglet.
El Matador from bringing the ball forward.
Yeah, Piglet up in the offensive end, stealing boosts, making bumps. It seems like they have a really good rotation going on right now where If somebody can't get the ball, they peel off, they go for a bump, they go for boost, and it's leading to some pretty good control for Timbers Army.
That's what I really like, Shorts. I'm liking that teams are starting to employ this style now. You don't need to stick around the ball. You don't need to, like, to get a second or third touch. You don't need to get a second or third. Action it. One action, rotate, get back. Aggression. Like that
no.
from Luis. Coming in and getting the open net goal 2-2 with 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, miscue from Nelly off the backboard leads to an open net for Luis, and you know he's not going to miss from there. It seems almost impossible. We have a 2-2 match just about halfway through. Just what we expected, high-octane gameplay.
Dude, that's what's incredible about this. Like, it's been so close. I seriously don't know how to call this game at this moment. It's that insane. But what is going to change is Luis losing connection in the middle of this game. It's a 2v3 for Timbers Army right now, folks. He does come back in, but oh my goodness, that looks scary for Luis right there.
Yeah, I'm surprised his PC crashed like that, and he was able to get back that quickly.
The power of an SSD, folks. Get yourself an M.2 NVMe SSD. As Posey almost trying to pitch it into the net. Rydog comes out with a counterattack. Can he get a second touch? He cannot. Shorts. Somehow, some way, it is still 2-2. Still tied. And Timbers Army are looking really strong right now. I mean,
yeah,
surely they have to win
call it
game 1.
either way. I don't know. I can't decide who's gonna win right now. It's the momentum is really just.
Oh no.
Oh, looking at El Matador's face.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Luis gets another open net. Wow, call him a stat patter. He's just popping in open nets left and right. Luis.
And Luis, he wanted to reverse that into the net. Probably thought about a turtle. I wouldn't be surprised if he thought about turtling that in, but let's be sensible about it. That's when Luis was right there. He did get a lucky pool shot from Kiwi right there to help bring that ball out into the midfield. And right now it's El Matador leading 3-2 with less than 90 seconds to go. Open net. Oh no, Rydog saved the shot.
Bumps.
Oh my god, what a whip. Shorts, this is insane. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, Rydog had 2 bumps there, and Luis was AFK. Oh.
Lost connection, back in open net. This is Rydog. No. Oh my
Timbers
god.
Army, you need to put away one of these chances. You cannot be missing those against a team as good as El Matador.
Oh,
and they have an
50.
open net themselves. Rydog puts it in off the Piglet 50. Piglet absolutely showing up in the playoffs right now, it seems, and maybe not even showing on the scoreboard, but he's getting the bumps, he's getting the passes, the 50s, he is everywhere.
And this is what Timbers Army need to take advantage of. Luis is having issues with his game. He even acknowledges it in the chat, as you all can see. This is what Timbers Army need. They need all the luck they can get to get the best start possible in this matchup. And they're getting that. It's 3-3 with less than 50 seconds to go. Shorts, anything can happen, as we have seen. Anything and everything is happening. I mean, there's no way to predict this. There's no way to tell which direction this game is going to go in now.
Absolutely not. 30 seconds left and we have a 3-3 game. Timbers Army's in the attacking half. We saw Piglet going there for some more bumps. That play style is really working out for them. I just hope it's not an overcommit at some point and it leads to a Matador break.
What I'm really liking are the 50s and the challenges that Timbers Army are employing. Those whips are not going to help, though. Posey, though, did not have the boost to put that in the back of the net. But this isn't over yet for Timbers Army. A Matador. Can they get the winner? Oh, my goodness, what an attempt. Still, the net is open. Posey.
Posey! Oh! Game winner! 0 seconds. Oh my god, Posey with a top shelf. I thought it was going to go bar down, but he puts it in to take game 1 for El Matador.
Dude, I thought the exact same thing. I thought that was going to come off the crossbar, but no. Timbers Army, they try to hold on, but it's El Matador with a Luis who is having issues with his game. And game 1 goes to El Matador. Somehow, in some way. Just absolutely incredible.
Wow. What a game. We need more of those. It looks like Luis may be going to fix his PC and restart his game. I hope so, because when they're both at full strength right now, this game is so entertaining. Back and forth, bumps, passes, great defensive plays, whiffs, everything. We got everything in this match.
We have the total package here, folks. It's just... I'm trying to catch my breath right now. I'm trying to frickin', set up for the second game as well. Make sure that I'm not missing a beat. Shorts, I'm sorry if I spoke over you a ton, but this game got me hyped up, bro.
Oh my god, we could just scream the entire time, and that would really just set the vibe for how the game is actually being played and what's actually happening on the field. It's just hype all around.
Dude, Every single Timbers Army match has been hyping this freaking playoffs, dude. I'm just like, oh my god, this has been absolutely insane. Oh, but you know what? Luis
Time to
with his
take a breath.
connection issues means we get to catch a breath shorts.
Whew,
Woo!
all right. First game. El Matador takes it. Series is 1-0 to El Matador.
So
For those who are enjoyers of this next map, this is my favorite map.
just reading some chat while we wait for Luis to come back in. Seeing a lot of hype. I see one dude who's hating on El Matador right now. Yeah, I mean, they're not that great, but the fact that they're able to come back and win with their best player having this many issues with the game, just crashing each time, I think that warrants some hype. I don't know about you. Timbers Army
Yeah,
should have won this.
for sure.
Don't get me wrong. They had a 2v3 for a bit, not just like a second or two. They had it for a good bit. When Luis got disconnected yet again, you know, that's when they should have had a goal. I'm surprised they didn't get that ball into the back of the net shorts.
Yeah, me too. Question for you, Mats. Who do you have for an MVP or a standout player in game one?
You know, kind of tough because I liked how Kiwi played, and I liked how Piglet also played. I think he was a key disruptor. The problem is everyone had good and bad moments. Like, you know, there were a bunch of whiffs, a bunch of miscues, bit of panic play as well. Game one tends to be like that as well. You know, that's normal.
Oh yeah.
But
Game one jitters. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd have to go with Piglet, even though they lost. It seemed like Piglet was just having so much impact on the play at all times, even when he was on and off the ball, and I didn't see many miscues out of him. So, looking for Piglet to keep that up into game two. And it looks like maybe we might be able to get into the next match.
well, this private lobby is having constant packet loss, so I think we are gonna have to call an audible and reset the server.
Sounds good to me. Rocket League servers having issues. This has never been seen before.
And I just got an in-game notification about having connection issues and that whether I
Me
should
too.
open my browser to troubleshoot them. Oh, thanks, game.
I'm gonna go with no, thank you.
Gotta love this.
This-
game. Yeah, each
This
and
gives me
every
time to go claim my rewards, though.
Oh yes.
Everybody go get your rewards. Everybody go drive, what is it, 1,600 meters in one of those joint private lobbies so that you can get these cool wheels. New Rocket League updates. We love those. Go get your skins, go get your wheels for when trading comes back. We can all make some money off Rocket League.
All right. Let us see if everyone is good to go for game two. Same lobby is back up. Shorts, feel free to join when you're ready to go as well.
Good cue for me to join back in, I'd say.
Wait, sorry, you missing anything right now? Or are you good?
No, I'm good, I'm good.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Should have joined a couple
minutes
minutes ago.
Yep, everyone's in. Okay, we can get game two going.
Forbidden Temple.
Hopefully you don't get any more issues with this game because, you know, gotta love Rocket League.
Yeah, we want the highest level of play here. These two teams are too good for there to be any issues that make that kind of effect on the gameplay. And here we are. Game 2. 1-0 to El Matador. Let's see if Timbers Army can bring it back.
Starting a little bit different this time. It's Timbers Army getting the better of the kickoff. Challenging well yet again, but this time they're sitting back, interestingly. Nelly trying to go and challenge Luis, but he can't do much right there.
Pride Hawk with no boost in the back. Ponzi puts it in. Start off game 2 for El Matador, taking the lead 1-0.
They take advantage of the slow start from Timbers Army, and Ponzi's right there, getting the first goal. Good play by Luis to set up a quick pass, and Ponzi coming in, taking over. You know, one-on-one situation, putting it in the back of the net. This is the start El Matador needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just to kind of point it out, no lineup changes for either team, which you know, El Matador, it's not too surprising that they haven't made a lineup change, but they normally do in their series. So we'll look to see how that plays out in the rest of the series, as we have Timber's Army trying to attack in the corner of El Matador.
Speaking of attack, good bump right there from Nelly. Piglet trying to go for a second touch. Gets it off the backboard, but Luis is there to clear it away. Good bit of spell right here for Timber's Army, but they back off yet again. This might not be the best decision they could have made. Good save, though, from Piglet to get it away from the backboard. I'm kind of surprised at how they're backing off and just dropping back so quickly, Shorts. I thought their game plan was so well, made, and they're just abandoning that all of a sudden.
Yeah, very risky to play like that against a team as skilled as El Matador, and especially with Luis having the ball in his car and you just back off and give him that space. It's very dangerous, but they were able to get out of it that time, and hopefully that's not part of their game plan, because as you said and alluded to, it doesn't seem like that's the key to success for Timber's Army here.
The more time they give El Matador, the more in control El Matador takes. And right now it's Luis who has control of that ball right there. Great pass to Posey, powerful shot to the middle. Nelly's able to save that. Huey towards the net, and Rydog takes it away from the far post, but this is all El Matador in this game too. This is not what Timber's Army needed. Huey is coming in, applying the pressure. It's not over yet, folks. This ball just cannot escape Timber's Army's half.
Yeah, at one point it seemed like they almost had the chance to go away for a breakaway on a 1v1, and really they just gave the ball back to Kiwi and allowed him to put another shot on net, and Luis to 50 and keep the pressure up. Timber's Army is just absorbing so much pressure right now, which is not good as they're down 1-0.
Now, with that said, I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to do what, the locals did against Black Army, trying to draw them out and go on the quick counter. But this El Matador team is a different beast altogether. Even without Caesar, the rotations, the positioning, and the quick pressure they apply in the midfield. Just like that from Posey, right on cue. Luis now cannot get enough power on his shot. For sure, that's the formula for El Matador right now, and it's been working out very well for them.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth right now. It seems like Timber's Army... Oh, and Timber's Army score here. Piglet, my Game 1 MVP, puts one into the top left corner of El Matador's net off of a little bit against the grain. It seemed like the control was in El Matador's hands, and they just gave up a goal there. So maybe it'll turn into a waterfall the opposite way.
And I think what happened was both Posey and Luis had no boost, and they weren't able to get anything on their way back, and that helped Timber's Army to get up quickly to the opposite end and get that equalizer, and it's coming at the best time possible for them. This should help them get some confidence and get back into this game. But El Matador back in it already. Luis going for a solo play. It took 3 Timber's Army players at the back to help keep that ball out of the back of the net. 1 interfering against Luis and 2 in the net.
Yeah, 2 goalies just sitting in the net. Maybe that was a part of the mid-game talks, and Timber's Army stating that, maybe we need to play for the counterattack. And, they did get their first goal off of the counterattack. And a passing play here. Rydog puts it in for pass from Nelly in the midfield. What a great team play out of Timber's Armies there.
Great touch from Piglet as well. Look at that. He didn't try and go for the 50. He put it into the little gap where Nelly was to be able to play a pass out to Rydog. And it's 2-1 to Timber's Army with 90 seconds to go. I mean, they haven't been in control. They haven't been, going toe-to-toe. But yet, they're in the lead, Shorts. Maybe that's the game plan that they need to employ right now.
I'm loving this match right now. This is so close, back and forth. 1-goal game with about 1:13 left. Timber's Army has the lead while they're down 1-0 in the series.
It's crazy how much of a it's crazy how much of a chess match this has been, because in game 1 it's been all chaos, heavy metal, all action end to end. Now it's more calculated from Timber's Army. Even El Matador is kind of like trying to make sure they don't go gung-ho. And we see some high quality Rocket League right now.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it earlier. The first game jitters seems like they might be gone. We got a lot of team passing plays going on here. Oh, Nelly going for the bump there, a little cheeky play, but yeah, some team passing plays. A little bit more of a intent on rotations, it seems, where Timber's Army is kind of playing back and going for those counterattacks. So, yeah, first game's gone, and this is a whole new series, it seems.
Right there, Luis tried to go for a double tap, but he couldn't get the second touch. Kiwi did the right thing there, just sitting back and waiting for the first touch from Timber's Army, and now they have control. El Matador with less than 20 seconds to go. Can Luis get something out of nothing? Off the crossbar! Open net! Kiwi whips! Oh, but it's not out yet! And it barely gets cleared up with less than 10 seconds to go.
Oh my gosh, Rydog went for the squishy save and missed, and El Matador read the squishy save and also whiffed. Nobody there to put it in for El Matador, and if this hits the ground as it does, Timber's Army take game 2 to tie up the series 1-1. This is what we love right here, a tied series after 2.
Oh my goodness. We've had a lot of disruption in game 1 and between games 1 and 2, but after all of that, Shorts, we got some high quality Rocket League. Great mechs, great defending, great team play. I mean, we're getting it all right now. This is absolutely a worthy winners final for SGL in Season 8.
Yeah, it's amazing. No icing the kicker here per se. Everybody was ready to play coming into game 2. It was a great match, 2-1. I mean, a scoreline like that, you know it's got to be a good game. Still a lot of shots being taken, so it wasn't just a defensive battle. It was back and forth, but it was quality play back and forth.
Oh, big time. But we might be having a sub come in. You know, you talked about this as well. You know, you were wondering if this was going to be the trio. You were wondering about whether there was going to be a sub. We are going to have a sub, folks. We're not going to spoil who that is, though, until he comes in. But we are going to have a sub for El Matador.
Yeah, the surprise sub here. Making it seem like it was intentional to keep their lineup in games 1 and 2. Maybe they had a set rotation ready. Maybe they're feeling out how the series is playing, and they want to make this sub for, I don't know if we said the team, but it's for El Matador as we get into game 3. See how this changes the flow of the match.
Absolutely. You know, Timber's Army are going with the same trio. And as you can see on your screen, folks, Caesar has come in for Posey. This is the full-strength El Matador team. Timber's Army better watch out, because here we go in Game 3. El Matador with Luis Caesar and Kiwi.
Yeah, one thing to note about that, as you stated, this is, on paper at least, the strongest lineup for El Matador. I feel like Timber's Army is the type to really just step up to the level of their competition and really show up and show out in this playoff game. So it's going to be exciting. Oh, we have the bump on the back line where Luis can just carry it in, the slow play. Kiwi cuts around him and gets the bump on, who's that, Nelly? Oh no, he didn't even get the bump. Nelly just missed. What a misplay on defense to start the game.
You know who got the bump there, though? Piglet on Luis. And Luis, I think he saw that coming. That's why he went for that low flip reset. And it worked out because he got bumped by Piglet towards the ball into the back of the net. An inadvertent pool shot from Piglet. And it's 1-0 to El Matador, just like it was in Game 2. This is the start they needed. Once again. Oh.
So close by Rydog there. Of course, another play started off by a Piglet demo, opening space for Timber's Army in the offensive half. And we do have a lot of bumps being attempted here. Maybe something that was talked about in the mid-game. Maybe that's just something that is kind of flowing well for El Matador when they sub in Caesar is the rotational bumps. We'll see if that can open up something in the Timber's Army end, but you know, the team play and quality of players, I don't know that it will open up too much.
Speaking of team play, that was a great pass right there, Shorts. You know, involving Timber's Army, but Caesar was at the right place at the right time to deal with that. Kiwi looking in a bit of an awkward spot, cannot deal with that, and Piglet gets the equalizer for Timber's Army.
What a tough angle over the top for Kiwi, going backwards. He had the boost, but not the read. You can't blame him for that one. That is so tough. It was a very boom ball over his head.
And we are back at it yet again. Just so close, so tight between these two teams. Luis almost getting a second right there, but he couldn't get that shot on target. And no matter what El Matador throw at Timber's Army seemed to have an answer, but then you see El Matador come back with an answer of their own. And this is what it is right now. It's a boxing match. And it's a proper one between two titans and two heavyweights, as we're seeing them bring out their very best in this game.
Yeah, it's exactly what you expect to get with two teams this good. The slightest mistake is going to be what changes the match either way. Both games 1 and 2 have been one-goal games, so you limit your mistakes, you win the game. It seems like the goals just come when you don't make mistakes on the defensive end. That's really what's happened for both teams.
And if it's not mistakes, it's great team and individual play, just like what El Matador is showing right now. Timber's Army are holding on. Piglet clears it out, but the ball just keeps coming in towards Timber's Army's net. They're basically stuck back there. They have no outlet right now, except Nelly has brought this back out to the other end. Finally, some relief for Timber's Army, but this is exactly how El Matador needs to play to get back to their best. And you can see how everyone's starting to get comfortable with the pace and the tempo shorts. El Matador getting into control of this match.
Yeah, it seems like if El Matador pick up the pace, that kind of bodes well for them versus Timber's Army, where maybe the slow team plays really plays out better for Timber's Army. But if we keep the speed up, El Matador could take a goal in this match, which could be the difference.
Absolutely, but they also need to be sensible. Luis right there was sensible enough to realize he didn't need to push up, stayed back, waited for that big boom by Timber's Army, and he was able to go back. Now Kiwi coming in! And I think he probably got a full shot with it.
Looks like Kiwi may have gotten a touch into Luis, but a misplay here by Nelly, accidentally centering the ball into his own half as he didn't have enough boost. And you know, that's something that El Matador is really doing well right now, is controlling boost. And you see a lot of Timber's Army's players with 0 boost, and
Exactly.
that's really what led to the goal.
And that boost control leads to ball control. It leads to the control, the whole tempo, and the pace of the match. And El Matador have the lead, well-deserved lead as well in this game 3, courtesy of a Kiwi pool shot. We haven't mentioned his name that much in this game in particular, but he always steps up and comes up big. Anytime we tend to forget about him in a particular game, and in this game 3, it's going exactly that way right now for him.
Yeah, and if you just look at the rotations for El Matador right now, it seems, oh my goodness, Luis with the own goal. He wants to go the distance too. Luis tying up the game for Timber's Army as we get a 2-2 with 1:28 left. Oh, it was a great attempt at a save, really, but you know, maybe he should have left that for his goalie behind him. I believe it was Kiwi.
I can see what Luis was going for, but that's just unlucky. It's unfortunate for him, and yet it works out for Timber's Army. They're back in it. Oh, but there's a chance for El Matador to come back. They still cannot put it in. 2 chances with an open net back there. None of them were on target. Timber's Army get away with it. And with less than 90 seconds to go, we're approaching the final minute mark right now, folks. This is still close. This could still go either way. We're kind of getting the game 1 chaos back in this game 3 shorts. And honestly, how do you slow it down and take control of this game if you're either team? As Kiwi comes in and gets the lead yet again.
It's that boost control. Look at this. Nelly in the middle with no boost. That corner boost is gone. All he can try and get is that pad, but the game's just a little too quick to be able to play with no boost, and that's how El Matador is winning this. You'd think that after missing that open chance that Timber's Army would turn it around, and they didn't. El Matador just kept the pressure up and scored it to take up 3-2.
That is a great play right there. Taking away all the boost. You mentioned it before, it's happening again. And for Timber's Army, they don't have enough time to get the pads because they're having to worry about getting back into position. And it's that conundrum that you don't want to be in if you're defending against a team like El Matador.
Another misplay on defense potentially. No, Nelly's back to make the play on defense. Piglet back with 0 boost again. Rydog thankfully in the defensive half with full boost.
And you know what? Despite Caesar coming in, he hasn't been that big of an influence. But El Matador still have big control, and it's thanks to Luis and Kiwi stepping up and having big moments and big performances as the clock ticks down. The ball's still up in the air. It's going towards the other net, and El Matador are back in the lead in this match.
Ooh, yeah, game 3 goes to El Matador. Another 1-goal game, so close. Just one moment that separates the two teams in all 3 matches. And like you said, didn't mention Caesar's name too much. He didn't have any negative impact, I'd say, but it was really just Kiwi and Luis. Kiwi holding it down on defense as their third, and Luis just holding it down up top and making chances happen. He didn't really have his, you know, pretty solo plays that we would expect out of him. It was really just getting himself in the right place at the right time and earning some opportunities that led to Luis scoring a few goals there to put El Matador up and win game 3.
You know, it's interesting because both teams are adjusting to each other a whole lot. We saw in game 2 there were adjustments. Timber's Army adjusted to El Matador. And in game 3, El Matador adjusted to Timber's Army. And despite how close this game was, El Matador still came out with a win and still looked quite convincing. What adjustments can we see from Timber's Army as we go towards game 4? We'll find out as soon as we enter the lobby, folks.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Timber's Army did make a good adjustment into game 2. But with the roster change, it kind of changes the gameplay style of El Matador, and it's tough to keep up with that. And that's just another aspect of El Matador that kind of makes them, you know, a step better than they could be, because they have all these options where they can plug and play different players and use different styles at any point in a match.
Indeed, indeed, and it's that constant evolving of your style of play from game to game that makes this game so incredible. Like that's why we all love Rocket League, folks. And I hope we could see another, bit of great gameplay. Unfortunately, though, we're gonna have to delay the start of Game 4 because we are resetting the lobby yet again. I think there have been a few problems that certain players are facing in this lobby at the moment, but we should be able to get right back into it very soon, folks.
There's got to be something else going on. Rocket League servers aren't bad. Never have been.
I wish that was the case. I honestly wish there was something else going on. It just sucks that we have to deal with this, but that's the game for you.
One day when SGL is massive, we'll be able to set up LANs all over the country.
Please, give us the privilege to set up our own with our own server, so we don't have to play on Rocket League servers. By the way, Shorts, the same lobby's back up.
All right. For those looking for competition, hungry to get better after watching this series, I know I am. 2v2 tournament, 12 minutes. Be there or be square.
I don't know, we might have to miss that, given how this matchup has been going so far.
Surely we go the distance here. I'm definitely not jinxing it so that we don't.
All right, both teams are in right now, folks. We will be getting started very, very soon. And El Matador make yet another sub, Shorts. This time it's Kiwi coming off for Ponzi. A lot of rotation going on, but I think that might be part of the game plan to keep Timber's Army on their toes.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. Ponzi, definitely a different player than Kiwi. Both very good, solid players. So we'll see how that connection kind of works with Caesar. Maybe they'll really click together. Oof, we get El Matador on the attack early here. With boost control and ball control in the midfield. Let's see if Timber's Army can turn that around for a bit after a whiff from Nelly. It seems like they're just giving the ball back to El Matador at the moment.
This time, Police with his Octane dribbling it forward. Caesar trying to put it into the back of the net. No shot on target. Caesar with a second chance off the post. Oh my goodness, I thought that third shot from Ponzi was going to go in. But somehow Rydog keeps it out. And Timber's Army bring it into the other end.
It seemed like that ball was halfway in the net and he saved it. Oh my goodness, Ponzi almost putting in his own net off of an unlucky bounce. Luis takes a shot from midfield off a pass from Ponzi and he bangs it in. That's the mechanics, that's the team play. That is just a beautiful goal from El Matador.
High quality Rocket League gameplay following up from a bit of chaos from both ends, folks. You know, we had a few misses in the Timber's Army end. We had a nearly own goal in the El Matador end. And then we had a high quality dribble from Ponzi leading up to a great shot after a great pass. And 1-0 to El Matador yet again. Let's see if they can keep this going or if Timber's Army can come back like they did in games 2 and 3.
Yeah, we'll see. Ponzi getting a key demo on Nelly there, but nothing come of it for El Matador. We get a passing play across the middle potentially. Rydog, no boost to follow up. Slow play here.
One thing I'm finding interesting is how they let Ponzi go up and be that first guy. Typically, you would see, Caesar going up and trying to challenge to keep the pressure up, but they trust Ponzi enough to let him take care of that. And maybe that's why they brought him in. They want someone to take that initiative, to disrupt Timber's Army, to prevent them from getting the control, so that El Matador can take control of the match from the midfield onwards. Ponzi playing it off the corner. Caesar following along with him, interestingly, but El Matador get the ball back. Just like that. Pass attempt from Luis to Ponzi was not there. Bigland intercepts it, clears it away. Rydog choosing to go for the boost to try and starve El Matador. Nelly off the backboard. Can he get a second touch? He can, but it's not on target, and Caesar clears it away.
Yeah, the double tap attempt almost makes it in. Seems like Timber's Army kind of has to pull out a goal like that out of their hat, and and find a double tap, something crazy to just really change the momentum of this game. It seems like El Matador really has a stronghold in the offensive half and boost control, per usual for them, really, at this point in the match.
You can see right there, Luis with almost 100 boosts, but he gets demoed for his trouble. Posey trying to make sure that he slows the game enough down so that Luis can come back into this, which he does off the backboard. Brings it forward, tries to get a reset, but he cannot. Still zero boost off the backboard yet again. Seems to try to get it on target, but he misses. Posey with a big win. Somehow this ball stays out of the net, but El Matador keeps the pressure going, Shorts.
Yeah, Timbers Army, you have to get that ball out of there when you have the chance and get the clear. Oh, and Ponzi with a shot in the top corner. Luis gets across, and Timbers Army is late to react. Ponzi with a perfectly placed shot into the top corner to put him up 2-0. This is the biggest lead we've seen in the series. Minute 52 left in game 4.
You know, it's crazy. It took us until game 4 to see a 2-goal lead. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
What a
that's how
series.
close it's been so far, Shorts.
Yeah, looking for Timbers Army to bring it back and tie up the series, because right now it's
Oh
just
my
all El Matador in the offensive half.
Oh.
But here it is, the breakaway. That's exactly what Timbers Army's plan was in game 2, and it worked out for them. And here they are again, just taking the free open net on a turnover by El Matador.
And there's a lot of time right now, folks, for Timbers Army to get back into this. You know, El Matador were very close to getting a 3-goal lead. Caesar was unlucky that his shot couldn't go on target. Posey tried to commit to try and get his own shot. Couldn't get to the ball on time. Nelly with a shot on target this time, though. Caesar saves it, goes back, see if he can get some boost and get back into defensive position. And now Luis clears it out. Let's see what El Matador can do right here. Ball in the middle. Luis towards
Dangerous.
the back of the net. Big save, Shorts by Nelly.
What a save, so clutch. Great shot by Luis to put that in the top corner, but Nelly better to it. Another chance for Luis.
Sorry, Shorts, I'll let you go.
No, you were gonna say it. Another chance for Luis. He's just hanging up in the offensive half, throwing shots on the Timbers Army net, and Caesar gets another one.
Shot after shot after shot has been off target, off the corner, off the post, off the bar, and off the backboard. But that soft touch from Caesar was enough to put it in the back of the net. 3-1 to El Matador with less than a minute to go. Surely they don't let it slip this time.
Surely they don't, but this is SGL. Anything can happen. Anybody can beat anybody at any time at this point, especially in the playoffs. 45 seconds, though. It's going to be a tough one for Timbers Army to come back in.
And once again, the boost control is very apparent there for El Matador. But that demo might be the key. Right off, taking out Luis. Piglet trying to do something with that ball, just cannot get it in control. Now Nelly keeps up the pressure. Right on, trying to go for another demo. This is Caesar, who tries to clear it out. Luis was in the other end. He's bouncing it off his own backboard, trying to get a psycho going, but just couldn't get enough power.
It goes for the psycho, is a psycho play. Wow, Luis feeling confident, and that's dangerous if he's going for plays like that. You never know he's going to pull out of the bag there.
But with a 2-goal lead, they can definitely take risks like that as the clock ticks down to 1. El Matador are going to take a 3-1 lead heading into Game 5.
Yeah, one game left for El Matador to take themselves into the finals. Of course, just to reiterate, this is not a do-or-die game for either team. There is the lower bracket finals that the loser does go into to play Black Army. But you don't want to go down there with the form that Black Army is in. And both of these teams are going to look to close out the series and take themselves into the winner's final.
Absolutely. So, you know, Timbers Army are basically playing with house money at this point. They really have nothing to lose. If anything, they should just be fearless and go for it. Because if they concede the ground to El Matador, they will risk being penned back, depending on what lineup they put out in this Game 5. I will say, though, despite the rotations, El Matador have gone better and better as each game has been played out. What do you attribute that to, Shorts?
It's, I'd have to say it has to be leadership from Luis and comms to kind of communicate what their play style is going to be with each lineup. You know, maybe they've been practicing a lot. I do see all those players for El Matador online all the time, and maybe they've been practicing and have that cohesion with different lineups that, you know, they just know what they need to do when they come in.
And we are going straight into game 5, folks. No time to wait. Same trio for Timber's Army. But we have a surprise for El Matador. Folks, Overtime Saint is making an appearance for El Matador in this matchup.
Yeah, debut for Overtime Santa. I don't believe he's been in a playoff lineup. Maybe they're trying to get his feet wet so that in future matches maybe he can come in and show up.
Yeah, this is going to be incredible, folks. Strap yourselves in. I will say this. This is going to be a really good start. Overtime Saint gets the first goal.
Instant impact, gets the 50 pinch with Nelly to put it in the Timbers Army's net from the distance all the way across the field. What a start. That's got to be a great confidence boost for Overtime Saint coming into the game right now.
And what a perfect time for him to make his impact. Gaines going from Resident Sleeper to PogChamp. I feel you on that, bro. Caesar now getting a second net. Overtime Saint opener as Timbers Army stud. And El Matador making the most of this.
Louise with a flip reset pass into the middle, and Caesar with the quality shot on net. That is just team gameplay. That is mechanics. That is everything you can ask for. El Matador firing on all cylinders, and Timbers Army need to put a stop to this right now, or this could get out of hand.
Absolutely, but they do have time on their side as long as they don't concede too many goals. But El Matador looking as confident as they've ever been. Another flip reset from Luis, trying to get a second touch, but now Saint brings it forward towards the backboard. Nelly clears it off. Rydog tries to go up, but he's not as fast as Luis. No. Luis is always going to get there first. Now Caesar comes in for the 50. Nelly in the midfield. Pops it up. Both he and Piglet are going up. And Luis gets the touch. Can he get him second? The third one right here. He cannot. Caesar, though, falls up. Can he get a second? He does! El Matador 3-0 up off of a Caesar banger.
Luis is everywhere on the map right now, creating pressure and taking boosts. But Caesar makes this one a solo play by himself, puts it off the backboard, double taps it in. There's just nothing you can do as the Timbers Army's there. Nothing. El Matador's too good right now.
And, you know, we've seen this before, Shorts, in the playoffs. El Matador, they kind of, bring you in. They kind of make you feel like you have a chance. You know, you start to develop a false sense of security, and boom, just like that, they turn up, and they really crank up the pressure. And, you know, we've seen people allude to that in this chat as well. And we're starting to see it right now. Caesar going in, trying to get El Matador the 4th goal. Timbers Army, though, they're looking in huge trouble right here. After all the great work they've done in the first 4 games, they've totally lost control in this game 5.
Yeah, El Matador is just throwing bodies forward, and it is just completely working there, taking control of the ball, taking control of the game, taking control of the boost. Everything is just working for them right now.
Yeah, Timbers Army just getting second to everything right now. Second in the challenge attempts, and second to the ball at almost every opportunity. They're getting totally outpaced. And folks, this is with Overtime Saint in the team as well. And for those of you who've seen him play before, he kind of looked off the pace in some of the matches he's played in the regular season, but not in the playoffs, not here. He has been so much better than he's ever been, but that doesn't matter, Shorts. Timbers Army get one back.
Yeah, this is what they need. They need a waterfall effect here. 248, it is a lot of time, but if El Matador really, keep their stuff together, it's going to be tough to score 2 or even 3 more goals if they plan on winning this game. Timbers Army, let's see how they respond to scoring.
And they needed that goal to get their confidence back up. They have a lot of time. It's only a 2-goal deficit for them. They can absolutely come back. But the thing with this El Matador team is when you start pushing up, they will punish you when they counter. Right now, Luis to Caesar.
Just
Caesar.
like this.
That's what we were talking about, Shorts. Just like that, El Matador can get a goal.
The mechanical play, the pass up, delayed flip into the ball, Louise, and Caesar's just there. He knows. I would hate to play against that duo in 2s. It seems like they are just on the same wavelength right now.
Absolutely. Now, Luis has also been playing a lot of 2s as well as 1s recently, so I'm not surprised to see that kind of play come out from him. But this is threes. It's a whole different beast. And right now, the whole El Matador team, that trio out there, has turned up. And this Timbers Army team needs to get back into it. They need to start refocusing. They need to get... Oh my goodness, that ball almost rolled into the back of the net, Shorts. Oh.
Yeah, Timbers Army is just not. They're not on the same page as the team right now. Their rotates are not proper. You have two people going up on the back wall where you only need one. They need to change something. They need to change something fast because they are down 3 with 1:48 left here. Whew. Caesar almost putting in his own net. Timbers Army have a chance here to maybe take a goal, but Luis again too fast. He gets the double tap off. Continues the challenge. So fast on the ball. Stealing boost now. It's just solid play from El Matador. Luis heading that play. Overtime Saint getting a bump in the back. Oh, the double tap attempt. Just missed.
You can see how hesitant Timbers Army have been in that whole passage Shorts. They're just sitting in the back, camping in front of the net, not really wanting to engage at this moment. And that's it. I mean, that's how you lose control, and that's how you concede your 5th of this game. Caesar coming in as the ball was hanging in front of the net, just begging to be shot in. And Caesar puts the finishing touch. 5-1 to El Matador. Folks, this is probably game, set, and match at this point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Caesar was listening to us in the commentary booth saying that he wasn't making much impact originally. 4 goals this game of the 5 for El Matador. Just putting all the offense on his back with a lot of help from Luis, of course, with quality passes. But yeah, as you alluded to before, Timbers Army is really just sitting back and kind of playing scared, and El Matador is taking advantage of that. And they really needed to take this game to El Matador, but it seems like it's over for them. And Timbers Army will be going to the lower bracket finals.
Great fake there from Nelly, but to no avail. Overtime, Saint coming in and getting a big 50. And Caesar just spent all his time at the Timbers Army end, and yet El Matador have been comfortably able to break this out of their own half. Luis now trying to go for a solo play. Gets a flip reset to Caesar, who pops it up himself. What kind of solo play can he deliver right here? Saint's coming in! Saint!
The pool shot.
Giving
Surely.
Caesar his goal right there. What a beautiful
5
play too
goals.
from Caesar Shorts.
Yeah, 5 goals for Caesar here. Offensive powerhouse this game. 15 seconds left. This is all done and dusted.
Folks, we still have time for a very particular scoreline. Let's see if it can be delivered. Saint, unfortunately, cannot get the shot on target as the clock ticks down. Can Timbers Army get a consolation goal right here? Because we know it's all over at this moment. Or can we see a 7th from El Matador? We won't be able to see a 7th. It is game, set, match. Shorts. El Matador are in to the grand final.
Yeah, it's something that you expected, but the manner that they got there is extremely exciting. What an entertaining match. A little sad that it ended on such a low note of kind of a shutout game, a stomp, if some would say. But Timbers Army put up a great match, and they'll really need to take the positives from this match into their match against Black Army. But congrats to El Matador. They're going to the finals, guaranteed top 2. Good luck to Timbers Army in the lower bracket final, guaranteed top 3. And yeah, we move on.
There it is, folks. We said it at the start. It might look close. Timbers Army will push El Matador all the way. But at the end of the day, El Matador took control. They dominated. And they came out 4-1 winners. And you know what's crazy, Shorts? In that game 5, they had overtime Saint come in. And that was the best I've seen of him this season. We saw people in chat talk about how he could have been, checking out TikTok clips to get better at the game. But in all honesty, he has been grinding. He has been getting better at this game. And it showed against that good Timbers Army side.
Yeah, and coming in and playing like that in a game, a high pressure game like that, it builds your confidence so much. You got that first time, that debut out of the way. You're going to feel confident going forward. And that's huge for Overtime Saint. Going forward in the league, going forward in this particular playoff. So yeah, look out in the league for Overtime Saint, as he's already got his feet wet, and you can call him a vet at this point.
So, Shorts, how about you give your insight into this matchup based off of what you've seen. What worked for El Matador, and what they could improve on potentially for the grand final?
Yeah, of course. El Matador, speed kills. When they play fast, they play confident. They have the clean plays to be able to play fast and play consistent. So, speed was really a huge thing. The first couple games where Timber's Army kept the game really close and of course, took game two. It seemed like they controlled the pace of play. So as long as El Matador is playing fast, being in the face of the opponent, that is really where they're thriving. And the flip side of that is when they allow the other team to dictate the pace of the game, it bodes poorly for them, El Matador. So they'll need to make sure that they keep that in check going into the finals for whoever they play against.
In all honesty, I would not be surprised if they do eradicate that and start to clean up the game a bit more and become a bit more sensible, because we saw a lot of moments, especially in those games 4 and 5, where they didn't really overcommit. They coaxed Timber's Army into trying to boom the ball forward just to relieve themselves, and then they just give up the ball that way. And that's it. Once you give up possession of El Matador, you're basically preventing yourself from taking any control of the match or even having a chance of getting a goal. So I think they've learned their lessons for sure, and I think they're capable of playing even better as well, as we've seen already this season. But it's just great to see how well Timber's Army played at the start of this matchup. They came out all guns blazing. At the end of the day, though, they don't have anything to worry about because they are still in it. They're just going to go down to the losers final, and they're going to face off against Black Army. And man, I cannot wait for that match to come, Shorts.
Yeah, I can't wait too. It's going to be another banger match. It seems like every match in this playoff has been so good. Timber's Army, they're gonna need to bounce back from this. They had some shining moments in this match, and they had some times in games where they really made it seem like they knew exactly what they were doing. They had a game plan and they executed. So they'll need a game plan for sure going in against Black Army if they want to win with the form that Black Army has been. But whoever comes out of that losers bracket final is going to be in good form because they've played so many games together in the playoffs. They'll be ready to go against El Matador in the finals. Whoever wins that match.
Oh yeah, big time. I just think for either Timber's Army or Black Army to even beat El Matador, they need to hope for El Matador to have a really, really bad day. And I mean a really, really bad day. Because, not only do they need to beat them in one best of 7, they need to beat them in another best of 7 after the bracket resets. So, I mean, El Matador have given themselves a huge advantage right here. And with how dominant they've been looking, I just don't know if either Timber's Army or Black Army can really overcome them, in all honesty.
Yeah, it truly does seem like it's El Matador's tournament to lose at this point. It would take something really special for someone to overpower them, whether it be Black Army or Timber's Army. Yeah, they'd have to really pull a rabbit out of the hat to take out this El Matador team that just looks so good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, folks, stay with us for a little bit longer. We will be having 2 interviews coming up, kicking off with a player from El Matador and then a player from Timber's Army. And then we'll end the stream with the updated bracket and just our final thoughts on this season as it stands. So, Shorts, while I set up the interview, what really impressed you about Timber's Army in this matchup? I know they lost 4-1. I know El Matador had control, but was there something you saw in them that made you think they might still have a bit of a chance in the final?
Yeah, I think their team cohesion's a lot of the time in their rotations. When they were able to slow the pace of the play and move the ball up as a team and get the bumps off in the offensive half, that's really when they thrived. I think that cohesion is really something that they need to master because it seems like if they utilize that style of play in a faster manner, they could match a team like El Matador who has the skill like that and maybe on paper has more skill than them being Timber's Army. They could really, take away a match from a team that, on paper, like I said, should be better than them. The team cohesion is really good, as we expected from them, and the bump plays really taking control in the offensive half, leading to passing plays too. Of course, I forgot to mention is the passing plays that led to when they were able to get boost control, able to get ball control. I was really impressed with that in the first few games.
Oh yeah, I think their rotations were also really good. They were not really trying to do too much when they had their moment at the ball. And what I really liked was that they tried to control the pace. They tried to make it as fast as possible to make sure that El Matador couldn't really catch a breath and get back into it. But, even they couldn't keep up at the end of the day with their own pace because they slowed it down in Game 2. Now, even though they beat El Matador in that game, Game 3 was a completely different beast for them. And I think I'm going to be nitpicking right here, but I think that's the only thing they might need to do is if they are not able to adjust to different styles quickly enough, then maybe they might need to stick with one style as the locals did. But even that is really tough. And that's the thing. When you face a team like El Matador, like game planning against them is very difficult. So you just have to hope for the best. And personally, speaking, I think what Timbers Army did, they put up their best. They put out their best effort. They brought their best forward. This El Matador team is just too good. I just can't say anything else about it.
Yeah, I completely agree. This was not Timbers Army playing poorly. This was not Timbers Army throwing the match away. They put their best foot forward, and it wasn't enough tonight. You can't have mistakes against a team like El Matador, and they are a unique team. And I don't think there's many teams in this league that can really, plug in different pieces, different players on their team, and perform as well as El Matador does. So it's something that it's a unique skill to be able to adjust on the fly to something like that, and not something that any team in this league really gets much practice against unless you play El Matador, every game in the season.
Absolutely. And you know what? Speaking of El Matador and changing styles and all, we got the perfect person to interview from El Matador. Welcome on in, Saint. Saint, that was an incredible game.
Wait. Before anything, right? I'm really happy for you, but I'm going to let you finish right now. Holy shit, guys. Everyone in El Matador is celebrating right now, watching the Jesus Ferrero stream, watching him breaking down in real time right now as basically him and Areola, I think, is pretty much what I'm hearing, are getting sent to Seattle. So, two of the newest ECRC members going on right now, but that's all I have to say for the announcement. So yeah, just watch him on the side, but make sure to watch this stream on the mainly. But yeah, that's it.
So that explains the hype. Okay, so that's some of the hype in the chat and in the Discord servers about. Okay, I see what's up. Yeah.
Apologies, but we are at high spirits. I mean, of course, the match, amazing, utterly of a fun match and everything. But this just brought up to a higher level, But yeah. Sorry. Do start.
Thank you for that, Saint. Us in the SGL booth here, we're kind of cut off from the rest of the world, so we really appreciate that news.
I'm
here
for it.
We can almost guess ourselves. How are you feeling after getting your debut in a playoff match in SGL and getting the win?
Honestly, first win, honestly, and it being at such a late stage of the playoffs, honestly, it feels amazing. I felt like I was like a little bad luck charm. I might have done score goals and all there, but I just haven't won. But the fact, I actually contributed to a game I was worried I might not have because, well, in all honesty, CS major finally got employed. So hey, different things. I can't go full unemployment and just play all the time. So the fact I was able to at least contribute to the match and get a victory and be part of that. Beautiful thing, and I'm happy to be part of that. It was an amazing experience, I would say, if I do say so myself, especially with that 6-1 scoreline, if I do recall.
Heck yeah, man. Fellow CS major right there, man. Much respect to you for that. And I'm glad you got that job because the market is tough out there too. So.
Oh no, what's the funny thing? It wasn't even for CS. It's a whole different thing. I'm EE now, buddy. EE.
Well, we can talk about my man.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, actually, first for Romano, here we go. Overtime Saint CS to EE. Yeah, pretty much. But how it is.
Heck yeah, man. Congrats on that. I mean, everything's coming up Millhouse for you. You got, new opportunity right there. You have Jesus Pereira finally going out of Dallas, joining Seattle with Paul Areola. Feels like it's beginning for them. And you guys are in the grand final this season. You even played a big part in that game 5. Saint, I want to know, how much have you been grinding this game? How much have you been playing to get better? Because you look really good out there.
Well, I will, like I said, I did preface this. It's actually, I don't know, it's a bit of a luck, honestly, in this game. But, I will not deny, there was a little bit of time where I was, like, playing and getting my ability up, over time. But not recently, because, like I said, I'm employed. So I was actually focusing on the job more than anything. But once we get that schedule down, I'll get back on the turf, get my car revving, and, just start, banging in goals, start being a part of the team and all. But yeah, no, amazing. In general, the fact we have this many great team members and everything, it's just an amazing thing. And because of that, we allow for people like me who normally shouldn't go this far in a playoff, of my caliber. But the fact, there's a nice little rotation, so players can, give some time to recoup and everything, as others just get that chance. And it's an amazing thing. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something that we talked about in the booth a lot, was the amount of players El Matador can plug and play and kind of get those slightly different play styles to really throw off opponents. What's kind of the conversation that leads to those types of changes? Do you, if you're comfortable saying, do you go into the match kind of expecting what the rotation's going to be, or is Luis kind of plugging the pieces in as you go?
A little bit of both. Like, we pretty much said, how we're gonna start. We gotta, Luis is like, we gotta start off hard, big, strong. We gotta make an impact. No, no Montreal, but like, you know what I mean. We just gotta start off strong. So you gotta put in them big boys in there, and if things look pretty comfortable, we'll try to experiment and put in other people in. But it's not always gonna be, oh, we're gonna be taking a loss. No, he's still gonna be putting in people, like, to like still, win, make sure, the people that are putting there are capable of maintaining the win and all. So yeah, everyone in that rotation is capable of at least playing and contributing to the game in some way or form.
I think that's what makes El Matador so dangerous at the end of the day, is they can just bring in anyone and they can play a big part. Now, with that said, I do have one very important question.
Do ask.
You have made an appearance in the winners final, but will we see Kuv make an appearance in the grand final?
Oh yeah, a big knee surgery and everything. He was out. He might be out for a couple of years or something, but he might try to, go to the gym, work hard and everything, and get back in just in time for the final. Who knows? It's because Kuv is he's powered by pure. He has that aura about him that he just like, if need be, this man will go and run and rush to the match. So, maybe there's a desperate time where Luis's connection becomes even worse. Maybe he'll discover that Ethernet cables exist or whatever. He might have an Ethernet cable, but you know how it is with Luis. Everyone has to have like a little a weakness, if you will. And Cesar is probably doing whatever Cesar does, and so on. Maybe, just maybe, Kuv will just be there, standing back in the shadows, ready to save us at our darkest times. Maybe that'd be the case, and if that's the case, so be it. I got pieced, damn. But like, yeah, no. Like, honestly, Kuv is an amazing personality, can put in a performance when needed, despite all the. No, he's just an amazing. He's pretty great and all. So yeah, no. Here's hoping. I haven't talked much to Kuv, but I'm hoping this man can, yeah.
Well, I could definitely sense your excitement there, Saint. So you know what? I'll let you go to celebrate a bunch of different things that are happening today for you guys. But before I let you go, any final thoughts, any final words from you?
Let's see. I guess, no. I mean, I said all my words. Just yeah, no. Much love to the SGL, amazing community. You guys have made Rocket League much more fun for me to, ever than before. Hopefully, and to many more years and many more seasons. Yeah, and to many more teams, of course.
Heck yeah.
Well said, man.
Well said, Saint. Thank you very much. I'll let you go now.
All right.
Have a good night, man, and we'll see you at the grand final.
All right. Good night, Saint, man.
Dude, I have not seen any person being interviewed be that energetic. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome.
So excited.
But yeah, I think I think he was highlighting basically how cohesive this team is. I'm sure they've been, playing a lot of games overall, but it also seems like they've been playing together a good bit as well, and that camaraderie is going to help, especially when in the tough moments, because at least everyone knows what to expect and how to work with each other. It's that kind of team chemistry that elevates a team, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really is. They all have trust in each other, and that's the at its core the best thing that you can have for a team when you really trust every player that gets plugged into the lineup to perform, and that trust shows on the field. It puts everybody at their highest level.
Yeah, and it's that trust that can help make a team into a champion, and we're seeing that with this El Matador team. Whoever they throw in, they trust them to do their job. And you know what? They not only just do what they're supposed to, they exceed the expectations and they go even higher. They do even better.
A team built for success, really.
Oh, absolutely. Now, we're not done yet with the interviews, folks. We have a second interview coming up. This time, welcome on in Rydog from Timbers Army. Rydog, my commiserations. That was a very tough loss compared to what you guys had to deal with in the past couple of matches in the playoffs. But you still have a second chance. So how y'all feeling tonight?
Yeah, we didn't play great, obviously. I don't want to be super copium, but the servers were terrible. I think if we are on West or even maybe Central, like there's a few plays that go our way a little bit better. I just on my screen I remember hitting Caesar and Luis with demos and bumps about 40 times, and it's just they just don't die or they don't get bumped or whatever, and that's just like the way it is, of course. But that all that to say, I mean they played crazy. I mean obviously we all know how good they are, and they definitely deserve the win. I just think that it would have been a little bit closer.
Rocket League servers being poor doesn't sound right to me. And I mentioned that before on the cast. I don't know. I can't believe it. But anyway, looking back at the beginning of your series, it seemed like you all had a really good game plan going into the series and kind of took control of game 1 and 2, though you lost game 1. Game 2 it seemed like you had a good game plan going into that. Can you speak to that and what game plan you had and maybe how it started to fall apart by the end of the series, leading to the loss?
Yeah, we really needed to take that game 1 for sure, and I'm upset just in general, not at anybody in particular, just that we didn't take it. Yeah, I mean the game plan was just kind of roll with what we were doing, right? If it's not broke, don't fix it. And over the course of the series, I think that game 1 showed us that we could compete and we could play with them. And game 2, of course, we took, which gave us some confidence. And yeah, I think just not building on that confidence and not gaining momentum from that game 2 win. Like I said, I think apart from game 5, I think the other games there were just 2 or 3 or 4 moments that decided the series. And like I said, I don't want to be super copium because obviously they were the better team, but if we're playing on a different server, I think the ball bounces a different way, or I see it a fraction of a second sooner and can react a little bit sooner. But yeah, like we just didn't make the adjustments after that game 3 and game 4, and ultimately that just kind of led to our demise.
Yeah, so it's interesting you bring up the servers because Shorts and Triple C brought up the same thing in the past as well. And,
of course.
I will say this from an admin point of view, we are looking into it and we are trying to talk about all options. So just so you're aware, we are taking this seriously for sure. And I'm not just saying this for lip service. Like we have talked about this. We're trying to figure out the best way forward because whatever we do, someone's going to be left unhappy. So maybe we might need to make a few people unhappy no matter what. So like I'm just letting that out right now.
We've talked about it, and yeah, I've been in those conversations, at least in the Discord or in voice comms with you guys. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, whatever you pick, and this goes with everything in life, like somebody will be upset. So you just try to make do with what you got, and that it is what it is. Like whatever solution comes out of it, like somebody will be upset, and that's just like the nature of it, and you just kind of got to roll with it.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like Rydog's okay being the one being upset. So, moving on. Yeah. So I personally want to look forward to your lower bracket finals match because I'm very excited for it. And one thing that I was speaking to before the cast is whoever goes down to this lower bracket finals is going to be playing a Black Army team that is really in form after winning their last match and moving up. So they're going to be playing with a lot of confidence. What do you think that you and your team need to bring to this match? To take down a very skilled team, a more and more coordinated team in Black Army as they play through the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I think really like we just have to outconfidence them. I think in our match against them in the winners round run, even being down 3-1, like getting that second game win to our name gave us the confidence, and then we just rolled from there. And so if we can, hopefully not replicate that same scoreline in 3-1, but if we can like that same feeling of just establishing confidence earlier in the series, I think we'll be fine. Like obviously you guys know we took down them, in the first round, and we took down locals as well from that confidence. And so we need to, like I said, get back to that. Regardless of how it is, I'm gonna go back and watch the VODs of the game, and because I don't think I played well, and I need to figure out what I need to do better. And of course, if my teammates are on board with that, they can obviously jump in too. But no, it's gonna be it's gonna be a good match. I see Killzappo in chat. It's gonna be a good match. Like it's funny because if we bring back up the old thread from the winners round run, I literally said after the series, like, we will see you guys again. And so it's kind of funny how that comes full circle. But yeah, it's gonna be a really good match. We're working on scheduling it right now. I'm gonna double check with my team. It might even be tomorrow, so stay tuned.
Exciting stuff. I personally am out of questions. Maz, do you have anything else for Ride Dog here?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask a question that I'll let you go, Shorts. I think you said you have one more too, or a few more too, right? Shorts?
Hello?
No, I'm just asking. You have a few more still to ask, right?
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I have a couple more too on my end. One thing
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
really want to highlight is that Game 5, Ride Dog. So I hope you don't mind me asking. What happened? Was that just fatigue after what happened in the past games?
Fatigue, frustration, whatever you want to call it. I was getting frustrated, and I know that can't happen. Just as the quote-unquote captain or whatever. I just was frustrated on my gameplay for sure, but also just not being able to find adjustments within the game. And I think that's one of my strong suits in general, is like finding ways to make those mid-series adjustments, or just like have a different game plan during the middle of the series. But I just couldn't find it. I didn't know what to do, and I tried to unleash the physical play, but the demos weren't landing. I tried to keep the ball close. That wasn't working. Boomer ball wasn't working. And so, like I said, I need to go back and watch the tape and figure out what's really going on, just so I can be better for our game against Black Army, and hopefully a rematch with EM if we can take care of business.
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. With that said, I mean, El Matador was also adjusting to you guys, so it was a bit of a chess match in that regard, So, I mean, you guys did adjust, especially in Game 2, you got that win off of that. And then Game 3, I guess you readjusted, but El Matador were one step ahead of you at the end of the day. With that said, I mean, you still have a second chance. So, how do you guys feel now that you're in this do or die situation? Is there a bit more pressure on your shoulders to see if you can make it to the grand final, or does that actually loosen things up for you guys, where you guys feel like, okay, no matter what, we made it this far, we should be happy enough? Like, how are you guys feeling now, entering into the losers final?
A little bit of both, I think. I think we're happy that we made it this far, this for sure. Like, I think just the way we took care of the upper bracket, like it's makes me happy, right? Given like our regular season and where we seeded and everything. I think, like, if you were to tell me that after week 7 of the regular season that we'd be a top 3 team, I would be like, no chance. And so yeah, I think I'm definitely pleased. I think I speak for the rest of our team, like, that we are pleased. But at the same time, like we're not content. Like we want to go for the championship. Like we're made it this far. We might as well like give it our all and go for gold, as they say. So, regardless of what happens in the Black Army series, I'll be pleased. But like I said, yeah, we're not done yet. We don't want to be done yet. And so that's what obviously there's that pressure of not being done yet or not wanting to be done yet. But like I said, I think it just rides on the confidence level that we have. If we can start out strong, I think we'll regain that confidence and look good in that Black Army series.
Heck yeah, absolutely. We both, and I would say the rest of the chat and the rest of SGL will look forward to that losers final, because I think after what you guys served up at Winners Round 1, we cannot wait to see what you guys have in store for us after this. I have nothing more to ask right now. It's also getting a little bit late for all of us here. So do you have anything you want to say before we end this interview, Rydog? Any final thoughts? Any comments? Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks for streaming, guys. Appreciate it. Obviously, GG's to EM. They're crazy. They're cracked. I think we all know that in SGL. So they just did their thing, and we can stop their thing. Like I said, I'm just double checking with my team as far as timing goes. But yeah, Kills Up was leaking it in chat a little bit, which is cool. Obviously, tomorrow at 7's about 85-90% there. So. Yeah, this should be a good match. So it's going to be a quick turnaround, and tomorrow's a new day, and we'll get after it.
Heck yeah, we cannot wait. We look forward to it. And Rydog, listen, I know you feel a bit downtrodden, but that was a tough matchup, and you guys still stepped up and gave them, some difficult moments. But at the end of the day, like, this El Matador team has been really good for a reason. So, chin up. You guys have a second chance, and you guys can still make it all the way to the final. And who knows? We'll see how it goes there. But thank you for this interview, and GG's. And we will catch you, I don't know, tomorrow maybe? Hopefully. We'll see. But sooner than later for sure.
Yeah, have a good night, guys. Thanks for streaming again. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, right, GG's. Whew.
Yeah, Shorts. You could hear it, right?
Tired.
Like, I wasn't the only one thinking this, right? Like, he sounded disappointed.
Yeah, definitely. You could tell that they went into that match expecting that they could get a result. Rightfully so, in my opinion. But just the oppressive gameplay of a Matador it really kind of kills the spirit when you play so well and you go in with so much confidence, but they take you down. But it's how you recover is really what shows who you are as a team. So we'll see Timbers Army. And hey, they play tomorrow 3 nights in a row of SGL playoff gameplay. I don't know if my heart can take it, but oh man, my brain loves it.
Dude, for real. And let's be real about this. It's seriously incredible to see how far Black Army's come. Like, no one gave them this chance. When we were looking at them in the regular season, as spectators, you guys played against them too. No one thought they would make it this far. Yet here they are in the top 3. I mean, no matter what, this has been a successful season for them, no?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, us as the Rebellion, we clean swept them. That was our only clean sweep in the regular season, which to us kind of came as a surprise. But to be able to come back from that, I mean, not to put down my own team, but Black Army on paper seems to be a more skilled team and maybe a higher caliber than the Rebellion. So at this point in the season, for sure. So this kind of comeback to put themselves in the losers final and a good chance to make it into finals at that with the way that they've been playing, it really is it seems like Cinderella stories from everybody's end coming into this.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of us in the community were cheering for them to make it this far. Not gonna lie, after seeing how they played that game 1, I was hoping that they could take as far potentially to game 7. Although that didn't happen, it was still good to see them, be that good and be, that difficult for El Matador. But at the end of the day, El Matador are just too good. That's the reality that we have to accept.
Yeah, El Matador really a powerhouse in the league, and I'm excited to see how it kind of goes forward with them as a team, and as the league evolves, and we see, they have so many players. Maybe they split teams, and how they take that, and what that means for the future of the league. So it's really exciting stuff playing out here in SGL. But can't look too far in the future. We got a playoffs to finish here, and El Matador really, they need to take care of business, and it's their tournament to win.
Absolutely. And speaking of the playoffs. I mean, it's time that we show the updated bracket, folks, just to see how we got here, where we are right now. We've already talked about the losers' final matchup. That is between Timbers Army and Black Army. Black Army, you know, it's been incredible to see how far they've come. Timbers Army even more so, but it's El Matador in the grand final, as you can see right there at the top right. They are the first team in. And what does that grant them? So being in the grand final first off of the winner's bracket means that El Matador not only gets a second life, which means if they lose the first best of 7, they still have a second chance to come back and win this whole thing. But in that first best of 7, they get their server region preference. So no matter who makes it in, whether it's Black Army or Timbers Army, even though Black Army is the higher seed, El Matador still gets the server preference as the finalist from the winner's bracket. In shorts, as Timbers Army alluded to, and you alluded to previously against the locals, or not you, I think it was Triple C, alluded to against the locals. Like, that server region advantage is going to play a part in a format like this where every little thing matters.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the match that I mentioned earlier, when we played Black Army during the regular season, we had East server advantage, and it seemed to really play a part against Black Army. Whether it was physically or mentally, tough to say, but it definitely did play a part. So that advantage is going to be huge, and getting some practice in that opposite server, if you have to, is something that's key going into a match like that. So the winner of that lower bracket final will definitely have to get some practice on East servers.
Big time. And practice makes perfect in Rocket League especially. Kilozapo in chat says, crazy part of all this being the full season, is we beat El Matador in the season. So let's see how this goes. Can't wait. And yeah, that's the thing. Like, Black Army did beat El Matador in shorts. Black Army beat KC Cauldron as well. They stepped up, and those results helped not only put them into the playoffs, but also meant that a team like KC Cauldron couldn't make it. And that's the insane part about all this. Like, we have a champion from last season not even in the playoff. We have the number 1 seed out this early. We have a number 5 seed in the grand final off of the winner's bracket, and the number 6 seed could potentially join them if Timbers Army beat Black Army. It's just, what a season this has been.
That's SGL. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day. You got to bring your A game, and anybody with their A game has a chance to win the league at this point. It's just who shows up in the clutch time. That's what it's all about. And Ride Dog mentioned it. It's all about confidence. You got to go in there with confidence, and anybody's beatable at that point.
Absolutely. And you know what, folks? I think this is a good time to wrap up the stream now. Thank you all for joining us for what was an incredible matchup of high quality, both mech-wise and just team play-wise, on the offense and in the defense. But Shorts, I'm glad you were here with me to commentate with me on this. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you enjoyed the show as well.
Yeah, I had so much fun. Thank you to everyone for joining the stream. If you're still here, definitely hit that follow button so you get notifications when we're live. Maybe a game tomorrow, so keep an eye out on those announcements in the SGL Discord. Thank you again, everybody, for joining. Thanks for having us, Maz, and producing. Good night, everyone.
Yes, have a good night, and we will catch you all next time, folks. Peace!